Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back here to recap the second game of the doubleheader night for college basketball. I'm here to talk about number 7 Kansas beating the Cincinnati Bearcats 74-69 reaction. This was a really back and forth game for the most part. Kansas got back in the win column, which is good for them to get a win at home. And that Johnny Furphy is insane. Like, he had 23 points, 10 rebounds. Kind of crazy because he was thinking about going back to Australia, and then Coach Self was like, if you want to come here and play for us, we need you now. And ever since, he's getting a much more bigger role. He's in the starting lineup now. I believe his career high in points by far. He had 10 rebounds, his first double-double. He was Kansas's MVP tonight. He's the reason they won this basketball game. This was a back-and-forth game. Kansas, went with a big punch to start, but then Cincinnati punched right back. They started off really bad from the field, but then they were like 10 of 18 the rest of the half. They were able to force some turnovers. Well, they were turning the ball over a lot too in the first half, but they were able to force some, get on transition, get to the paint, and kind of slow down Kansas a little bit and crawl back into this game, even tying it up at halftime, 35-35. But just Kansas made a few more plays than Cincinnati did in the second half. But Furphy, just his resume continues to grow. He was big time, and I think he's the team's key to success right now. I think he's the key to success because they only had 2 bench points. It's just the strength of this Kansas team, I think, is going to be their starting lineup because their bench just doesn't really provide anything. So that's going to be the key. Cincinnati, you just gotta stop playing down the competition because they gotta figure this out now than late March. They're kind of just playing down the competition because they went up 17-7 to start, and it's not like Cincinnati's that good of a team. It's just Kansas kind of played down to the competition. Probably the least talented KU team in quite some time. They've really struggled these last 2 games. Struggled at West Virginia on the road. Gave them a lot of threes. They looked pretty bad in that game. This game, they didn't look that good either. Jackson, Marco Jackson, whatever the fuck his name is, he's been a huge disappointment. They really rely on 2-3 guys now. Furphy, McCullers, and Hunter Dickinson at times. That's kind of the guys they rely on. And super weak bench, probably the least talented team they have. And it's kind of really, they was just a straight struggle. Just the bench has got to figure something out. They have to feel obligated to help the starters out a little bit. The starters can't keep this up the entire season. They can't play the whole game. But you got to keep Furphy in the starting lineup because he's insane. But I guess you can be happy about the win. But I thought it was just a struggle win. They're kind of just relying on 2 guys, 2-3 players. But you got to be more reliant on other players instead of just 2 or 3. McCullers, I thought, played well. 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Furphy, 23 points, 11 rebounds, had his first double-double. Hit a big 3 down the stretch as well. Since it was like a 10-point game, Cincinnati got a few scores and stops to try and get it close, but Kansas done a good job making their clutch free throws. Dickinson, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Kansas only won tonight because Johnny Furphy had a best game of his collegiate career. Cincinnati is a well-coached, plucky group, but the Jayhawks still need to play better than they have. Foul trouble limited. Hunter Dickinson only taking 7 shots is not ideal. And people say, well, I mean, yeah, they're still a contender. It's just they really haven't looked at these last 2 games. When you have 0 bench, and it's gonna be hard to win games. And Hunter Dickinson not in the game is the most important minutes of the game. I know it's foul trouble, but still. Just Cincinnati had no answer. And 8 for 28 in the second half. I thought they started off slow in the first half. They got to the rim, got in transition, made some shots, but Kansas's defense tightened up the rest of the game. But Harris, 8 points, 8 assists. Marco Jackson, 2 points. Brown, 0 points. McDowell, Timberlake each had 0 points. You only got 2 points from your bench. KJ Abs had 11 points. You just can't rely on your stars the whole season. You need your bench to step up at some point. For Cincinnati, John Newman III, 11 points. Badanago, 6 points, 11 rebounds. Victor Lackins, 7 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. Day Thomas, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Daniel Skilling, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Jizzle James, 10 points. Jamil Reynolds, 6 points. They had a lot of people chip in. The lead scorer was Dan Skillies. He had 13 the first half. I thought he really played well. But Cincinnati drops 13-6. But Cincinnati drops to 13-6 here, and Kansas improves to 16-3. This isn't a bad loss for Cincinnati because they played one of the top teams. And Kansas improved to 16-3 with this win, but it's kind of a struggle win. But Johnny Furphy had the game of his career, but they're going to have a tough test on Saturday, on January 27th. I will be recapping that game against number 23 Iowa State. It's going to be an interesting test on the road. But I guess it's good for him to get back in the win column, though. Good for him to get back in the win column, but definitely a struggle win. But not a bad loss for Cincinnati, but they have it's just the thing in Big 12 play. Tough games. But they played a tough one. For how many pretty good ranked teams we played, or they've played so close, they're doing pretty damn good. It's just the second half. They just couldn't shoot in the second half. So that's really all I have to say here for this game. So Cincinnati still looks solid. Kansas kind of struggled. That's really my takeaways, but I'll save to next time out. Peace.